this video, we're going to be looking at measures of angles from section 2.4. We'll be working on page 145, problems 35 and 45. So to begin with, problem 35, the sum of the measures of the angles of any triangle is 180 degrees. In triangle ABC, angles A and B have the same measure, while the measure of angle C is 60 degrees larger than each of A and B. What are the measures of all three angles? So let's start out with just a quick hand-drawn rendering of a triangle. We'll label it A, B, and C. So that's what we have to work with. Let's start out with rereading the problem. It says angles A and B have the same measure. Now we need to set variables, and we'll just use X. If A and B are the same, then use the same variable for both of those. And angle C is 60 degrees larger than either one of these. So just set that at X plus 60. Now you know that the sum of the measures is going to be 180 degrees in this, so work with what you know. When you add up the three measurements, you have X for A, X plus B, and in C is X plus 60. Now in this case, since we're adding, it's not important to have parentheses there. We're going to set that equal to 180 degrees. Combine your like terms, so what you have is 3x on the left side, and I'm going to go ahead and move that 60 over to the right hand side. So I have 3x equals 120. And to go ahead and solve this, divide both sides by 3, and you'll get x equals 40. It's important in these to go back and reread what you're actually trying to answer. What are the measures of three angles? So I'm going to do that in a separate step. Angles A and angles B will equal 40 degrees, which is just x. And then angle C, I need to add 60 to it, x plus 60, so 40 plus 60 gives you 100. Now a quick check just to see if you got that correct. If this one is 40, and this one is 40, and you just answered that this is 100 degrees, and when you add those three up, you should get to 180, which that does check out. The next example problem is number 45. It says find the measure of an angle so that the difference between the measures of its supplement and 3 times its complement is 10 degrees. Now on page, I believe 137, check that, yes, at the bottom of page 137 in your textbook, you get the information that if the angle that you're working with is x, and the complement of that angle, and remember a complementary angle is two angles that add up to be 90 degrees, so the complement would be 90 minus x. And supplementary angles, which are two angles that add up to be 180 degrees, will be 180 minus x in every type of problem that you do like this. So that's the key to setting every one of these up. So now going back to reread this, just find the measure of an angle so that the difference, so subtraction, between the measures of its supplement. So a supplement, we're going to use the 180 minus x. And difference minus 3 times its complement. Now the complement is 90 minus x. And the proper way of showing 3 times that is set up a distributive property format and make that equal to 10 degrees. So the difference between the measures of its supplement, so here's the supplement part, and 3 times its complement, so 3 times the complement is the 90 minus x here, is 10. So there's our setup. Now let's go ahead and solve this out. You need to distribute the negative 3 to 90, giving negative 270. And then negative 3 times negative x. Don't forget that second one is going to turn into a positive 3x. And we'll set that equal to 10. When you combine like terms, you have 180 minus 270, so that's a negative 90. And then negative x plus 3x is a positive 2x equals 10. add 90 to both sides. So on the left side equals, you have 2x remaining, and on the right side you have 10 plus 90, which is 100. Divide both sides by 2, and you get x is 50. So that will be the measure of your angle. Set that equal to 50 degrees, and that's your solution.